The other objections at? The other objections at?
He put them in his packet, I saw him do it. We'll go ahead and call the Grant County Drainage Board over. Want to welcome everybody here. Chuck's under the weather. He had an accident a while back, so Pat's on vacation, so. Approval of minutes. Do we have a motion for that?
Can I vote on that?
Yes, just me not.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the minutes of October 14th. You want a second?
Yeah, Tony.
Second.
Okay.
Been moved, we approve the minutes for October 14th, is that the date?
Yeah, I had it there. I can't,
No, not the 14th.
yeah, right there.
October 28th.
October 28th, as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain, I abstain. Passed. 2-1 abstention. What?
We can't even hear you.
Sorry about that. I'll speak louder.
There's some seats up closer.
We'll move on to the claims. Chronicle Tribune, $31.37 for the Clymer Coleman. No maintenance in the fund. Amazon Capital, $89.08, office supplies. $90.82 in the fund. Wells County Auditor, $433.42. That's a joint drain collection outbound. Blackford County Auditor, $7,038.58, joint drain collection outbound. Wabash County Auditor, $1,078.23, joint drain collection outbound. Howard County Auditor, $4,214.34, joint drain collection outbound. Huntington County Auditor, $390.96, joint drain collection for outbound. Grant County Treasurer, $13,627.28, loan repayment from maintenance to general drain improvement fund. Chronicle Tribune, $29.34 for the Stobie tile, no maintenance in the fund.
I'll make a motion.
Moved, we approve pay these claims.
Second.
We move to pay the claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, now, got some more. Kenny, you're to abstain on these. Cook Excavating, $3,680 on Pipe Creek. $159,169.96 in the fund. Cook Excavating, $3,830 on Pipe Creek. $159,169.96 in the fund. Have a motion on those two?
We can't do the third.
No, because it needs to be separate, because it was
Okay.
different.
I'll make a motion, we pay these two claims as presented.
I'll second that. All in favor of paying these two claims, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstaining?
Abstain.
Okay. Now we have one that was pre-approved by Commissioner Middlesworth. Cook Excavating, $5,520 on Pipe Creek, $159,169.96 in the fund.
I can make a motion to approve that claim.
Been moved by Gordon Goff, seconded by Richard Cox. All in favor of paying this claim, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Abstaining?
Aye.
Yeah.
Abstain.
Okay, we'll move on to old business. Crane Pond.
Always have to think about which crane pond we're talking about.
Yours.
Mine, okay. So I just wanted to give you gentlemen some feedback. Last meeting, Mr. Cates wanted to knock down some trees as a preventive measure to keep them from getting their roots growing into the drainage tile. And we discussed, instead of just knocking them down, piling them up and burning them, maybe I could get some value out of them. So I've contacted all the logging firms that are listed on the Indiana approved website. Got a half a dozen responses. 4 guys came out and took a look. None of them found it economically worth their while to do it because of the type of trees, type of wood involved, and the current market prices, et cetera. So the state forester came out and looked at the woods and said that there is a program funded through the U.S. Department of Agriculture to do timber stand improvement. I can get some funds from them to kill the trees that are not desirable because of their location. So I just wanted to give you gentlemen that feedback that I can just kill the trees that are in the wrong location, get money from the state and the federal government to purchase the herbicide needed to kill those trees. And I wanted to provide that to you gentlemen as an option. Then you don't have to go out and contract heavy equipment to knock down, pile up, and burn the trees. I can just kill them on site. So I just offer that as an alternative for your consideration.
Okay. Any
The main
questions?
root of a tree goes down to the ditch. If he wants the trees, let him cut them off and flop them over and do whatever he wants to with them. Of course,
But he's saying he can kill them and leave them standing,
Right.
correct?
Correct.
but the main root is the one that goes down to the ditch.
Yeah, but if you kill it with herbicide,
It won't go around outside like they're talking.
it won't kill that main root?
I'm not having experience, but the tree's pretty hard to kill. If you want to kill it, it's pretty darn hard to
Yeah.
kill. If you don't want to, it'll do it. So, yeah. I mean, that's what I found, you know, my experience. I personally think we need to
Clear cut it?
clear it out so it won't have a problem. This ditch roots continue to grow into it. That's everything occurrence. And maybe every 5 years we have to run a camera down there and clean the roots out and so forth.
Yeah, I'll wait until he's done. I'll talk.
I'm in favor of just taking the trees out. That'll solve the problem.
Take them out, cut them off. They want to sell the trees.
Well, he don't.
They don't want the trees. Nobody wants the
Nobody
trees.
wants them.
Nobody wants the trees.
Nobody wants
Not big enough.
No.
We're on tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to come out.
Doug, you got a comment on that?
Yeah, I think,
Thank you, sir.
you know, back in July, we were up here and talked, and I think the minutes say it was kind of tabled. And so it'd just be nice to have some clarification from the board on what needs to be done. It's like Gordon said, I think if that tree has a taproot that has direct access to water, it's a whole lot harder to kill because the solution to pollution is dilution. It can dilute that herbicide, and it's just harder to kill that tree. And so, if we can get this thing back to where it needs to the easement, then that solves a whole lot of problems. It's able to be mowed, it's able to be maintained. And these ponds, we've seen when tile is free flowing, the ponds are not there in the field. The damage you can't see from the field are not, from the outside the drowned out spots is not there. And so, yes, we're asking that you go back to what was mentioned in the meeting in July and the trees be gone and we get this project completed and quit taking time messing around with it.
Where's this at? Where's it at?
New York and Buffalo, I don't know if you remember where you go to 9th Street and Troy Avenue and go east a quarter-mile railroad, then go south. And it's right there on the Crane Pond when it crosses from the railroad. What's East Street east of you? 13th Street.
West side of Marion.
Any idea if we cut them down and burn them and took the stumps out, what's that gonna cost? Do you have any estimate?
Well, we don't have to burn them. If the guy wants the trees, well, they
Doesn't want
have the
them.
trees, we don't care.
He doesn't want them.
I know, we can provide an estimate. I don't know what that, in the minutes, it didn't talk about that, but, you know, we got some, equity in or some, so, yes, we can provide an estimate to get that done. And, because at the time, back in July, if I understand that they were gonna try to get them cut
Yeah.
and get rid of the trees. And
Right.
so, with more work and more trees to dispose of, it's just gonna take time, but it needs to be done. You know, this thing of clearing this open ditch every 5 years, have to maintain it, and get the trees off the easement, it would just solve a lot of problems and it'd be in the minutes and be cleaned up.
Yeah, if you could give us a quote, that'd be great.
So can we have a vote from the board on what, the procedure, or where you want to go from here, that at least that the trees are going to be removed to the easement, to the edge of the easement, just so we know what we're exactly bidding on?
Yes. He was gonna be 75 feet, right?
That's easement, that's easement. That's what I understand easement, that's 75 feet each way.
Yeah. I'll make a motion that we let them dispose of the trees, easement, and 75 feet each way, so they can mow it, keep the trees from getting roots in the tile.
Before you vote, I got a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think if we go back and check the minutes of the last meeting when Mr. Cates was presenting, he did not want to go all the way to the easement. He wanted to go as a preventive measure 50 feet. And he was happy with that. The trees in question are not in the drainage
You find it?
tile.
No, just read it.
Whole thing, or,
No, just where they talk about width.
Jeffrey Kilgren is now present before the board. He stated that he flagged off 50 feet north and south of that center line, inventoried the trees, the inventory is attached, I have them upstairs.
Yeah.
He added that Mr. Cates had discussed the trees and their removal in January. He stated he is aware this will cost money and he suggests that maybe remove a few feet a year, which depends on the funds in the budget. He does not want to cause damage to farm fields and does not want to lose trees either. Mr. Kilgren would like advice from the board as to what to plant there that would not be large invasive roots. Then there's
Okay.
given.
So 50 feet, Doug? I know you like to go the full
It'd be
width.
nice to go 75, you guys got to decide it.
Somebody flagged off 50 feet.
He did, right?
And the surveyor.
Yeah, me and Wendell and Jeffrey were out there and measured to 50 feet.
Did he go 50 or 75?
From what I remember, it was talking of clearing of 50 feet. It wasn't out to 75, it was 50 feet, and I presume Wendell was all right with that at that time. With cutting the roots up there by the, when I was out there with Wendell, we talked about clearing it 50 feet back and cutting the roots up by the pond of the big trees. But then the cutting of the roots got left down at the meeting or something of that nature.
So we need to redo the motion, you think, from what the discussion was, or?
Well, you want it 50 or 75, yeah.
75. That's what we're,
Well, they kind of agreed on 50, right?
That's what
It
Mr.
was,
Cates
it
proposed.
was agreed with the surveyor and that.
With them, not with us.
Yeah.
My recollection was that Wendell was fine with doing this in the dead of winter, January type, where conditions were still able to do that and have further discussion on it. I don't know if this was the further discussion Wendell was intending, or if this is a.
Well, we give him time to see if he could sell the trees,
Okay.
and apparently not.
A follow-up question on the killing of the trees. If you kill the tree, are you intending to cut the tree after it's dead?
Shouldn't need to.
You're gonna allow limbs to fall out of the tree as they die?
There's nothing they can hit where they're at.
Okay. I was just wondering, as far as for wanting to remove the tree or remove this stump. If you were gonna cut the tree or if you could verify that it was dead, if the tree was dead, it's not gonna suck water out of a tile, but
I don't think you kill it.
that's your discretion. I just put in an input.
Okay, we have a motion that we do it at 75 feet. We clear it to 75 feet,
Yep,
the full easement.
yep.
Okay, do I have a second? You gonna second it, Kenny?
I made a motion.
No, Gordon made the motion.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we clear to 75 feet,
Yeah.
the full easement on this drain. Any more questions for him? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay,
75.
75. So give us an estimate.
That'll work.
Thank you. Thank you. New business, Long Branch, the solar field discussion. Go ahead, sir.
Just good.
Yep.
I'm Arthur Roden. I'm with BNRG, the project proponent. I'm joined by Eric via cable with Kimley Horn, who did the design set and report that's in front of you here. Andy Baroker from Figure Drinker, this council. I do see Jason Miller's in the room with Gas City. Pull up a map here. BNRG is a developer, owner, operator of solar power plants across the US. We currently have 20 operational projects. This particular project is a 75 megawatt project. For bearings here, this is I-69. We've got East 600 here, and then 500 over here. Primary concern is likely going to be Long Branch. This is an introduction. We intend to come back here on December 9th. Just want to have an open dialogue as to some concerns you guys have. This whole area, approximately 700 acres, is annexed into Gas City.
Is it all annexed into Gas City?
Correct, sir. So all this area is
Okay.
annexed into Gas City. We worked with Gas City's engineer to minimize any drainage issues out here. So you'll see these light blue areas here. These are detention infiltration basins. I'll let Eric kind of talk through the individual crossings, but we'll have 4 gravel access roads and then 4 subterranean medium voltage cable at different points in this project area. Any initial questions?
How do we know that you're gonna dig all around this and make sure there's not tile that come into Long Branch? And make sure you don't hit them and ruin them?
Yeah, so we will survey, right? So the specific crossing areas, we will dig down, assess the depth and the status of the tile, and make any repairs, and we will secure that with you all as to the individual crossings, just make sure that there is money on account for any repair that's required there. We do that as the normal course of business. We'll also work with all the individual private landowners we have their maps, but we'll go out there and we'll pinpoint and ensure that the drainage is maintained after construction.
It's a lot of them, they don't have maps.
A lot of them don't have maps.
So are you gonna dig along their property to make sure they have access to that open ditch?
Yeah, I mean, we have a rough idea where it is currently, but before we go out there, we will maintain drainage in the area.
Well, how are you gonna find them all? That's my question. How are you gonna find them all?
So, I mean, we'll do a drain tile survey. All right, we'll do a tile survey, so we will probe and then GPS tag where the tiles are.
Then we'll find them all. We'll find most of them.
Yeah, some of these guys have pretty good maps.
Well, yeah, but
So-
a lot of these old ditches were put in 1890, 1900.
If they still work, yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be a farm.
Yeah, well, where's the farm at when we're gonna,
So the farm is primarily down here. There are some modules up here, and then additional modules up here, and it's gonna tie into the Mississauga substation that's owned by AEP up in this corner here.
I couldn't hear you what you're saying.
Sorry,
Nice.
modules here and here, and then the point of interconnection is this AEP substation that's co-owned by Gas City.
By, that's
Yeah, this is
Walgreens or Walmart. isn't it?
22 here.
Yeah.
Right behind the fire station on 22.
Yeah, right in that corner.
What's it trying to get
How many,
another 300 feet or what?
how many
No, they're just
solar panels we're
wanting to
gonna
put up
put
a
here?
solar field.
Tens of thousands. It's 75 megawatts.
A lot. Right? 75 megawatts is pretty good size.
It's a pretty good size. It's not like a mega project, like 600 megawatts or something. It's a pretty good size. We think it's in a pretty good area, given like the industrial nature of this already existing.
Well, the solar unit south of Gilman's, is that part of this project, or is that already done?
I think that, is that the
Just north.
Energy?
It's not, it's separate.
Is that the energy project?
That's the other project.
Okay. Yeah, there's existing, you can kind of see them on this map here. There's a solar array
That's the ones
here.
they talk
Yeah.
about.
Behind, there's solar behind the state highway department too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, back here.
Yes.
There's a small project here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't know how you're gonna find all the tile if they don't dig around and open up and know.
They are.
I think, speaking with Ray, we met with Ray a couple weeks ago, like clearly we need to identify where the locations of like the county jurisdictional tile are. There's some ambiguity there. You guys have a map on GIS, but we will go out there and we will pinpoint where those are and identify the condition of those prior to start. But I can let Eric talk you through the individual crossings as to what we're looking at here. But our intention would be to come back for consent on the 9th. All the infrastructure, all the modules, everything's set back 75 feet from center of where we think the tile is. Obviously, once we go back and pinpoint it, that may shift a little bit, but.
Okay, so you are using 75-foot setbacks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That was a question I had.
Well, if it's personal tile,
We're gonna go for our setback.
I mean, if it's a personal tile, if my outlet goes through where their solar unit is and you run it, what am I gonna do?
Well, like I said, like we're going to ensure the drainage is maintained throughout the site. So if you've got a tile that's coming in from another property, like we'll maintain drainage like through the solar project to the outlet.
This watershed is somewhat unique, that it doesn't have other properties coming to it. It is pretty well self-contained. It goes over and butts up against the Wise Fishbuck regulated drain on the east side, which there's the old tile that still comes down through there. But I've talked with these two gentlemen, and I realize that there's a Heimlich drain that comes off a Long Branch and runs north or east and west. The one further back to your
There's,
right there, no, right above the black, right there. That's the Heimlich that runs east and west above that woods.
And then this extends this way.
And then it comes down below the railroad. That's the Heimlich.
Yeah.
And comes over to that woods that he's got his finger on. That woods is kind of the end of the watershed. From there, it breaks and goes east to the Fishbuck. But then I talked with the Kirkwoods to have a tile that comes through the viaduct. And they've told me that there's a tile that runs parallel with 600 on the east side of 600. And there's also a tile that runs east and west towards 69. But the gentlemen have reassured me that we're going to identify these tile and get those, make sure that they're going to work. And then the one north of the railroad comes from the pit pond behind AmVets, and that's its outlet, so he's got to keep that open. And there's also a prong that comes from the south side of 22 down to that and ties in with the Heimlich across there. Those, I think we can map out. I'm south of the railroad where Presnell tiled. I don't know if Presnell tiled his outlet to Long Branch or if he did it to the tile underneath the railroad by the viaduct. But as far as that area, it's pretty well contained. There's no other tile that run through that area to get an outlet. You go far enough south and it breaks and goes to the river. So as far as that area, it's, if those tile are identified, I think that pretty well takes care of the drainage for it, and it doesn't affect property owners upstream of it in that particular area. Now, the others over there on 500, I haven't looked at much. I don't know if there's, I have concerns that there may be tile coming from Farmington Road, which is north on your picture, comes down to Gas City, go up a little higher, one more, right there, that road, that's Farmington Road. That field right below it, where do you plan to develop that part?
Yeah, there'll be solar modules in this area.
I'm concerned if there's any tile coming from the north side of the road, south across the road, and that being their drainage. Because there is a ridge to the north of those houses that keeps them from draining to Walnut Creek.
Yeah, I mean, it's in our best interest to identify where the tile is and maintain flow across the site, because the last thing we want is water to pile up and flood in your road or skid or something.
Yeah. As far as the tile, I've told them that as surveyor, unless we take care of the drainage, I'm not signing anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
So I'm pursuing what you're after, Gordon, and nobody's cut off and nobody's left with standing water.
I would believe after the solar unit that's south of Gilman's, somebody did some ditching on the east side of that road, whatever. And I don't know where it comes, I don't know where it goes, where it goes and comes, but I remember seeing ditching put in there.
Yep, Ed Blinn came and tiled that, and it comes across and hooks to the Heimlich before the Heimlich gets to the Long Branch, yes, somewhere in there. It comes from the east side of 600.
So somewhere over here.
Yes, underneath it, yep. Will have to be identified before I,
So you have a pretty good idea where most of the drains are?
yes. Down there I do, up on 500 I don't, but I don't think there's that much. There may be a common tile that comes across there, but I can't see there being no more than one or two up on the northwest corner of the project.
Okay, now I got a question. Along the ditches, will you have fencing?
You're talking like the outside of the setback, but no. Yeah.
It'll be outside the 75 feet?
There'd be no earth moving, no fences, no panels within
Okay,
those easements.
okay.
Everything would be entirely outdoors.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only, I mean, like I said, there's 4 underground cables that will need to run within that easement area, and then 4, 16-foot gravel roads.
So your road will be in the easement?
Correct.
Okay.
Where they cross, there's those 4 crossing locations, and they're crossing perpendicular, they're not within the easement parallel to it, they're going directly across those 4 locations. So if it's helpful, Eric can kind of walk you through in greater detail, like the drainage assessment, and then the specific crossings on some larger maps, if that's helpful.
Whatever.
It's up to you guys.
What's there's a, between the auction house where the car, there's one that runs east of there that comes north of 22 and runs behind the
Stevens.
The Stevens that we abandoned,
That then turns over to Gas City.
we turned it over to Gas City.
yeah, okay, well, I'm saying, they're gonna have to drain that some way, somehow.
Well, they'll drain it or they'll be flooded out there at 22.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I did remember it hasn't had anything done to it since
Well,
we've been
yeah, we give it to Gas City.
Not feet to 33 feet.
I'm not cutting anything, we're keeping it to 75.
Yeah.
They just have to go across the line, would you say 4 or 5 times? 4, 5, 4.
Correct. Before surface level access with minimal grading, basically just put gravel down across there, and then 4 underground electrical lines. And we'd identify the depth of that tile to make sure we're going underneath it at those locations.
Okay.
Or where you're driving over it, what kind of equipment? All kinds?
Yeah, I guess you can speak a little bit, maybe the long-term
I'm
maintenance.
concerned about crushing the tile. If it's not very deep, I don't know how deep that tile is.
Yeah, it would depend on the current material, the current depth, on how much weight it could bear. But there would be agreements in place to repair any damage that would happen during construction. And then post-construction, there'd be pickup trucks or light-duty vehicles.
Upon inspection, could it be changed before? Instead of driving over and crushing it, finding out, hey, we got acres of water. I mean, if the, on the access roads.
I think they'd wanna make sure it's gonna be substantial enough to hold the equipment up before they drive across it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to drive across to crush it and then have flood upstream if it, when inspected, if the tile is not adequate to support the weight of the vehicles that are going to go over it in the future, it may be advantageous to replace it somehow, whether you guys replace it or the drainage board replaces it, but instead of waiting until there's
a problem.
Yeah.
So just the section within that crossing?
Yes.
Like a.
Yeah.
So that it would stabilize the tile. Just stop.
We can talk through that. Yeah, I think that makes sense, and definitely happy to let Arthur talk about the specifics of what he would agree to, but I think that makes a lot of sense from an engineering perspective.
The solar is a little bit different, but I know a little bit about the windmills around Elwood. And they're still fixing tiles that they crushed there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 1 million ton crane. The largest vehicle we're gonna have out here is a vehicle delivering the solar modules, like maximum weighting, because they run on all the regular highways, is 80,000 pounds. And I doubt it would be.
And the other problem they have, as I know some of the guys that fix them, they sell them about 3 or 4 times and you have trouble getting who's gonna maintain it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in this situation here, like, we would post a letter of credit or other financial security to ensure that there's money to be called upon by the county to remediate the repair. So that you're not chasing anybody to
Well,
fix
that's
it.
what that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know about this, but these windmills are selling.
So your company builds the solar field and keeps it?
Yeah, we own and operate the power plant.
You don't build it and sell it to somebody else?
If somebody comes and makes an offer on it,
Yeah. But it's not your intention to
no, and
sell it right off?
And whoever that buyer would be, if somebody comes in, I mean, they have to assume all the liabilities and the contracts tied to that. So they would buy the entity, which is the holder of the agreement.
Okay.
How are we gonna know, other than the water doesn't drain, where it's blocked off? Let's say you put this post in the solar and you didn't know the tile there. How are we gonna know that, or how are we gonna find it? Because you're gonna have a lock gate around this solar there, right?
Correct. Under like NERC compliance, it has to be gated because it is a piece of critical infrastructure. I mean, I think we can probably talk through like a provisioning of any kind of approval or consent where we can have essentially a period thereafter the operations where if something is identified, there's essentially a grace period to come back and fix it.
Well,
We're not gonna we don't want the site getting wet, right?
well, the site may not be, but it may be on down the site that was coming through there.
Yeah, you're talking about like outside parties. Yeah, I mean, we can cover that off in any agreement we come to where it's, like I said, like the intention here is to not change the drainage in the area. We want to ensure that, which is why we're here having this discussion.
I think if it went through, my drainage was there, I wouldn't want them to dig around wherever my drainage might possibly be and make sure that they find all the tile. And that some of that has to be done and not probed and stuff because you don't know where the tiles are at. And I'm concerned about that. Because I know I don't want solar units in my area. Because we dealt with railroads, we dealt with pipeline companies, and they're independent as a hog on ice. And maybe you people won't be, but I know experience the pipeline companies and railroad companies. They don't answer to anybody.
Understood, and that's absolutely what we want to do, as much of this as we could on the front end, and I think that drain tile survey, whatever the scope we agree on, I think that'll be helpful. Common practice is a perimeter survey, so you identify where it's leaving the property or coming into it, and then probing thereon, at 50 feet intervals or something like that. You get a pretty good definition of at least the major, the trunk lines of the drain tile. Maybe not every inch of every tile out there, but at least the trunk lines. And then if anything's encountered during construction that we once identified, there's common methodologies to repair those and route them around.
Okay. But generally, when those tiles were put in, a lot of them were put in by hand, the old tiles, and they went the most direct route, and that's the only way they got them, because you go the route and you don't get the coverage you need. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
I fixed a lot of old tiles, and I know they run the most direct route, and you say, well, you can just run here. No, you don't get the drainage, you don't get the fall. I've had a lot of experience.
Appreciate that.
And then you say, well, we're gonna find them all, but if you're not gonna dig.
They won't find them all, can guarantee that. And you know that too, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a variety of private tile that's been in place or abandoned and new tile. Yeah, it's very difficult to find all of the private tile. We definitely prioritize the major trunk lines, the county tiles, but do what we can outside of that.
They'll get tired of probing before they get there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other questions for them?
No?
Describe a crossing.
Sure, yeah, I'll walk through a couple of the typical crossings here. So this is an example. It might be difficult to see with the background there, but crossing the Brelsford tile, it's perpendicular. Again, no grading. We're not trying to dig down and then put gravel or anything like that to gain access to this site. And then I believe the Heimlich is crossed 3 times then. 2 of them are just north of the railroad tracks. But that would be to gain access to where the project substation would be, and also this northern part of that parcel as well. Again, maintaining grade to the best of our ability and crossing perpendicularly. Then the 4th and final surface level crossing further south on the Heimlich drain. Again, not quite perpendicular, but pretty close, minimizing our length in there. Same thing.
The Long Branch is the main drain out there, right?
Yes.
Is that gonna affect how we can work on the Long Branch if we ever decide to do it again?
Not so far.
So there wouldn't be any fencing that crosses perpendicular across any of the drains, so all the easements are maintained, and there's nothing blocking off access to that full easement. The fencing's kind of islanded to where you can see it doesn't cross here. There's a separate kind of island of fencing up here and then down below. So access through the easements is maintained.
So it won't be locked off.
Correct.
Okay. And then you're measuring the open ditch from the top bank, not the center of the ditch, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
75 feet from the top bank.
Okay. They're leaving us a corridor. Just have to identify that that's where the corridor needs to be.
What we want.
And Presnell, I'm guessing Presnell on the south side of the railroad drained that to Long Branch, but maybe he doesn't have the depth. The Kirkwoods didn't think that the crossover underneath the railroad west of the viaduct was working. They thought that wasn't functional anymore.
Saying the portion of Heimlich crossing?
Correct.
Okay.
They were not thinking that that was functioning.
But that's their drainage?
Theirs goes underneath the viaduct through a private tile. It goes through the viaduct at an angle and comes out of the south of the railroad and east of 600. Kirkwood's drainage goes underneath the viaduct. It doesn't come across to the Heimlich. But that's where the Heimlich was. I don't know. It surely hasn't been vacated. I have no proof.
And you guys will talk to the landowners to get their ideas where their tiles are.
Yes, we already have some kind of preliminary maps of
Okay.
what they know to be in place.
Okay.
And they've been informed to talk with Joe Seward, and Preston's on your list also, isn't he? Back in your court. I presume. Chairman.
Anything else?
You guys asked, you need their opinion more than I do. Well, just keep going.
Sure, I guess just a high level of kind of the rest of what's included in your packets here. So the thick binder, that's the drainage report. The first 20 pages or so are kind of the summary and some exhibits. Beyond that, it's a lot of the modeling and calculations just to kind of show our work. But I know it gets kind of dense on the back, and I tried to put the important stuff up front. But obviously,
Thank you, appreciate that.
all the materials there for you to take a look at if you'd like. And that kind of highlights our approach to drainage, which is the panels would drain onto the grass underneath the panels, it's planted underneath the panels. So we're kind of analyzing that ground cover rather than considering the panels themselves impervious. There's a white paper on the tail end of that report that the American Society of Civil Engineers put together, basically summarizing that the panels themselves, because they're small areas, don't create large amounts of runoff. It's the ground cover underneath that needs to be analyzed. So that's kind of the fundamental basis of our design there. Gas City does have some more stringent requirements than like the default state guidelines of 0.1 CFS per acre in the 10-year storm, 0.3 CFS per acre in the 100-year storm. So you'll see a lot of these infiltration basins kind of around the perimeter of the site. To meet those requirements in Gas City, we actually had to reduce the runoff compared to the existing amount. So there's less flow going to these areas and leaving site than there is in the existing condition. There's 2 detention ponds, so these infiltration basins hold water and allow it to percolate slowly. They're designed to hold basically the entire 100-year storm that goes to that point. So their functionality, they're going to hold that water. It might percolate slowly, but it will hold it. And then up here by the substation, there's 2 detention ponds. So there's a larger gravel area there to accommodate that quantity of water that goes into that pond. But that's kind of the high level approach to the drainage in both the summary and then in the drainage report, there's a table that outlines all of the runoff in the 2, 10, and 100-year storm based on our modeling. And I understand it's a little dense, but happy to answer any questions on kind of what that is, or happy to answer questions on the night about that as you have more time to dig into it.
Well, drainage, well, water distribution, so.
Part of it goes to Long Branch. Goes across Linger's Field. Part of it does, but part of the Walmart comes back and comes down through there. There's one detention pond there comes down.
You tell them what table, what page that
No.
table's on.
No.
Is that page 6?
Yeah. Yeah, that table, just to make sure I have it right, so there's the cover sheet, and then page 1 to page 5 is where that table starts. That outlines both the our model shows the existing conditions would be, and then post what we would expect based on our model after the development, and then the same thing for the 10 and 100-year storms, and then the 10 and 100-year, we added in those allowable release rates from Gas City. They don't dictate the 2, but they do limit our peak release rates in the 10 and 100-year storms. So that's all summarized in that table, a lot of numbers there, but hopefully it's outlined in a way that makes sense there.
What does it show? The runoff's less.
Yes, the runoff is significantly less in all areas being developed. There's a couple areas to the north that the project has limited. There's, the parcel, we analyze the entire parcel to make sure to account for regional drainage patterns, but the portion that's actually being developed has minimal impact. And then, so you'll see limited change in those numbers just because we're not developing the whole parcel. But the rest of them, where the primary amount of development occurs, you'll see a significant reduction in runoff compared to.
Okay. Guys got any more questions for him? A lot of stuff to
Yeah.
analyzed.
As long as they're gonna not cut any ditches off, or they cut them off, they fix them, they find them.
So far, they say they're going to. And how long you guys been in business?
20 years.
20 years? So you must do something right.
Where does the power for this thing go? Gas City?
Yeah, that's always a good question, right? So this part of Indiana is part of an operator called PJM. So do you know what that is?
They go into I&M or what?
No, I mean, so the power effectively is just dumped into the grid. The grid you guys are a part of out here extends all the way to New Jersey and Maryland. It's been around since the 20s. It will go into the grid locally at the AP substation. Some of it will flow to Gas City. It goes to wherever the load is.
Yep.
So it'll be everywhere all at once.
You can't pinpoint where it goes.
No,
I know where it's going to
it
inject.
goes into the grid,
It goes into the
and they
grid.
go
Yeah.
anywhere from there.
Yeah, but Gas City's, they got their own power.
If the draw is from Gas City, then it would go to Gas City.
Yeah, essentially it would just run back on the bus bar. Like we would inject and then it would just kind of like flow back to their.
But if the draw's in New York City, it's gonna go out there.
New York's its own grid.
Well, but
Yes,
Yes.
the line losses, like, it, yeah.
there's no way to pinpoint where it's used. Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of like the gas stations, gas stations, just like electric. You got all kinds of gas stations, they fill it up, but they fill up from somewhere.
Yeah,
It's just one big
Yeah.
happy deal.
yeah. Okay, I don't know that we have any other questions at this time. I wish the other two members were here to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good project. It's been in development for a few years. It's got a late stage interconnection position. So it's one of the few projects that can actually be realized within the current time frame.
What happens, are you leasing this ground or you own this ground?
So we are leasing this property.
And what happens 20 years down the road and this is obsolete? What are you gonna do with the panels?
Who cleans it up?
Yeah, so with Gas City, because of the annexation process, we have a decommissioning agreement with Gas City that's also secured. And a road use agreement. So every 5 years, like that estimate to decommission the project will be updated, and there's a corresponding security tied to that to ensure that regardless of what happens, like if this company goes bankrupt or something happens, there's a security in place to decommission the facility.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sure we'll have more questions next meeting.
That was good. And I think you're all copied on an email with me on it. So if you have any questions as you dig into the materials, I'm happy to answer those in the two meetings.
Thank you.
Thanks, gentlemen. Lot to comprehend.
Well, I never thought we could still own the ground.
Yep.
And this may be, in 20 years, it may be obsolete. They may have
They'll have a whole new system in 20 years.
maybe old nuclear, right?
Yeah. something.
Everybody have a little nuclear power.
Nuclear.
Let's move on to Little Black Creek, Jack Green complaints.
Van Buren, here's a little Black Creek where it comes, it's real good back to Corey Cemetery. That's the area where it's hot. Here's the ditch.
Who's got cattle in it?
Hudson, Carl Kitz's father-in-law. Hudson's on the corner.
Okay.
What was his name? Carl Kitz's is has the cow. And the road goes back to Corey Cemetery.
What house is this?
Van Buren. The second page just shows where it is generally. First page is, it's a dead end road, it goes back to Quarry Cemetery, and south of the road, it's a rugged woods. And it goes back and forth, and we have a pasture.
Good job.
But Jack's not here, if Jack's not here to follow through, it's up to you if you wanna discuss it further or not.
Are they destroying the ditch?
They're not helping the ditch, but the ditch is in terrible condition to start with trees across it. It winds back and forth, slams into the bank, and erodes the bank. Whether it's making it worse than it is by nature. Indiana code says you're not supposed to have cattle in the ditch.
This is where the cattle live.
They're running in the woods in that ditch.
Who's cattle?
Carl Kitz's, I do believe.
How many cattle basically, do you know?
I do not know. I don't know if it's 10 or 50. I don't know.
Probably not that. I would say more than 20, probably.
I saw cow patties, but no cows.
I know. I think it was,
What you?
I don't know which dish, I was on Big Deer, I think. And also one many years ago, and any DNR lady said, we gotta have these, we're not gonna let these cattle and these hogs in here.
You're not supposed to.
You're not gonna tell a farmer that he's run these hogs and cattle all these years. You're not gonna tell him, you're gonna fence it out.
Jack made a complaint, and I just told him I would relay it to the board.
Was you out talking to anybody?
We just got done doing north of there, pulling the log jams down a little Black Creek, and we walked it from that road north to 1,000 East. So,
We're talking about this area, right? The orange area is what we're talking about?
yes, and that's the green line on the other page, Gordon, is the actual ditch.
Okay. Oh, now I see. So what do we need to do? What do they want to do?
That's up to you. Jack complained, I told him I would tell you guys, and it would be up to you to do what you want to do.
Was caving the ditch in or what?
They ran cows in there as long as I remember. It's a woods.
That's where they're getting the water for.
That's where they run their cows, is in that woods. They have had for years.
Do you know, are the banks steep or flat or?
The banks are steep, but they're steep on Little Black Creek north of the road, the same way with no cattle in it. I mean, the velocity of the water and the zigzags, it just cuts the bank out. Next thing you got straight up and down banks. Cows go down there and walk, but they're really not hurting it any further than what it already is. So, it's been noted.
What you guys want to do?
I don't know.
There's Indiana code that says it's not supposed to have cattle, livestock in a ditch. But unless you're gonna pursue it, why start it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I,
Table it until more vigorous-
information.
More vigorous complaint.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't say table it. Or we have heard it and chosen not to do anything out about that. This is at this time, right?
Yep.
Is that okay?
Been moved that we table this till we have more information or more complaints. All in favor of tabling this complaint, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, it'll be tabled.
Let him take and
Huh?
Who moved a second?
Kenny?
get a copy of code and show the farmers to get more complaints.
If it was causing a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep moving on. We got a quote for the Monroe Branch B of Luger Creek. We already got one, right, Mary?
Yes.
It's from John's
Number
Repair.
2, you've got one in there for extreme. I thought you meant one ditch.
Which one? You on Little Black Creek?
Monroe B.
You find it?
Yep. It's close, Brian.
Two quotes or one?
Boy,
The John Repair, is that,
Okay, now, what's this one?
the one from,
We have two quotes. This is what we got today,
This is for what?
Monroe B.
so we have two.
But we already got one from John's Repair.
I don't know if you sent it today.
This is Extreme.
Yeah, this one's extreme.
This is John Repair.
That's big black.
Oh, okay, sorry, wrong ditch. Okay, thank you.
So we got two bids for.
So we got two bids. To brush and brush. Brush and dip Monroe B. For county letter. Are they bidding on the same job?
I do believe so.
The way the prices are different.
What prices do you have? I got 10 and 11,000.
I got 10 and 38.
38.
You have stuff from a meeting, you weren't at the last meeting. You're pulling stuff that was in your,
I got a
yeah, you're going
basic
from
of
the
10
back.
and 11. This is a 2-year, that's what I got.
You weren't here for the last meeting, you was in your packet.
Okay. I don't have another bid.
this is Extreme.
New company.
Raymond, give me his. I'll give him back to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is your.
This is extreme.
You pulled from last meeting, that's what it is. Yes. From last meeting.
Why are we getting these outside guys?
They came and gave the insurance and wanted chances to bid.
Well, Redmond hadn't been there for a while, but he came in and did a good job, you know, and did,
Well,
They keep getting underbidded,
yeah. Yeah,
and they're gonna eventually quit. So, okay, what's your guys' idea?
well, the John's Repair is about $1,300, $1,200 cheaper, right?
Yep.
And you still agree with John's Repair and does what he wants to do?
Have they signed their thing with area plan?
Yep, they're registered with the county.
Well, I guess,
Extreme got registered today, but
pardon,
both of these are registered with
Okay.
area plan.
I guess I'd make a motion to give it to John's Repair. I mean, $1,200, the taxpayers' money, so.
Do I need to read the quotes? Have them in the minutes?
I'll put them in there.
Okay. Been moved that we give this job to John's Repair for $10,424. Do I have a second? Any?
You
You got a
second,
second?
you second it?
I reckon.
Okay.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor of giving John Repair this job, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Motion carried.
Motion carried.
Okay.
Okay, now we'll move on to the public hearing for the Stobie tile. Anybody that wants to speak on the Stobie tile, you need to come to the podium, state your name, address, preliminary. We have 2.44 acres, 84 home sites, 4 commercial, 20 parcels, and 5 at the minimum. The proposed rate is $50 per acre, $200 per home site, $400 for commercial, $100 for parcels. Yearly assessment will be $20,539.50. Have any comments?
This gentleman
Clerk?
Yeah, Steve Hoskins. I'm on 700 East, 4853. I'm up towards the upper end of it. I mostly have some questions. One is the $200 per home site. I mean, that seems excessively high. I was involved in something similar to that over in Hartford City, and it's like $10 a home site. So I guess I question the dollar amount. And is this just maintenance, or are they replacing it?
I think they're talking about replacing
We're
it,
talking about replacing,
because it goes under
because
houses.
it's in bad shape and goes under houses and eventually, yeah.
Like doing this area at a time.
Yeah.
All the way up past 22?
Past 22.
Hmm?
Past 22 what?
Highway 22.
It don't go that way, does it?
Don't go that far.
But where's it in then?
Stubby's
38th Street?
Like home corner, I think.
Oh, well, I must have the wrong one.
You got your notice?
We got so many maps, I can't keep them all straight. I got it.
this one, Gordon.
I got it there, just never find it.
Where it goes.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is. It's around property.
Okay, I got mistaken.
Talking about the blue.
I'm out, sorry.
Okay.
He's good.
I still question the $200, why it's so high. I mean, I don't know that it may be done, I'm just,
Because everything's expensive anymore
well, I know from $10 in Hartford City to $200 seemed like a bunch difference. So,
and every county is different.
I understand that.
Our construction rates are higher than theirs, I believe, as part
Well,
of
I
it.
understand every project's different as far as
And it's
all
in
that.
really bad
Spent
shape.
9,000 out of it last year.
But,
You spent 9,000 out of the fund that there wasn't any fund in last year.
yeah.
Gordon, you have that paper right up there.
Yeah,
Yes,
this all,
that one where we've been sucking up the,
That's just the Stobie, right?
yeah, that's still what's been spent since 2012, right?
Yeah. Yeah, see, we spent 9,000 on it last year, that we have no money to cover that. That had to come out of our general fund.
The city's also worked on it, but I don't know what that's.
Right.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments on Stobie?
My name's Dana Kuhn. I live at 1619 East Olive Street. Has the Stubby Ditch ever had maintenance? Should it be on a maintenance plan before?
Yes, it should have been.
So we have to pay for the drainage board's neglect?
No, you people's neglect.
But
You
the
didn't
county
force it to
drainage
be.
board is in charge of it, correct? Is it a registered drain?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Don't it supposed to have its own,
Yes, it should have been on maintenance before.
But
so
it's
that's
not.
neglect, correct? Yeah. It's exactly what it is. And in the previous meeting, 10 grand a year on it, on what?
Repairs.
What repairs? Do we have an itemized list? An invoice, who has done it?
Yeah, someplace there should be.
I have, all the invoices,
Uh-huh.
those
Like, what exactly would be on the invoices? Because we've all lived out there our whole lives.
addresses and
Well, yeah, but what has been done for the 10 grand? That is in there put every year?
Repairs
repairs and
On what?
billing and camera,
on the ditch itself.
tile.
Like where? We've never seen anybody, we clean out our own drainage, we didn't even know there was a drainage ditch till a few years ago.
It's tile that goes,
We know the tile, it's a natural landform where the water flows.
No, the
And there's
tile,
tile.
No, tile's underground.
I know,
Okay.
but what maintenance has been done? We have not seen anybody ever.
I can't tell you right offhand. We'd have to
3,000 of,
pull that up.
Is there somewhere we can get invoices on where the 10 grand that they're tired of throwing away on it is?
you'll need to get in there with it.
it's not thrown away, it was to keep toilet paper from coming to the top of the ground. I
No,
went out
that's our
and-
septic tanks.
Huh?
That's our septic tanks.
No,
Your septic
this-
tank is also hooked into this tile.
This was coming out of the ground, bubbling
Where?
sewage, Lambert and
No. Where? Nope, Lambert and where?
probably 35th Street in that area where it comes across through there.
Richard, do you want me to go get him?
A lot of the houses out there,
Yeah, I live on,
a lot of the houses out there have septic systems that go directly into this tile.
Just water.
Huh?
It's a top drain, it's not.
yeah, it's just the runoff water.
No, it's not. It's sewer. There's sewer that goes into this tile. It was created as a combination sewer and runoff tile.
Do
when
you
it
remember
was-
who put that in?
Who? In like 1900 something. No, I do not know who. It can be found in records if it's necessary to look up, but
Who was it?
tile.
Marley.
Marley put it in,
Okay.
and I think it was about like 1920.
It still needs worked on occasionally, and when it does, there's no money in the
But there's
fund.
never been an occasionally, there's never been a previous.
Yes, there
It's
have.
never been put on the maintenance plan until now.
Yes, you're right.
But the money has been spent to repair it. And it has come out of the general drain improvement fund. And the drainage board paid to repair.
She went
the
up to
tile.
get the file of invoices that she has for it.
Okay. And all the work that's been done in previous years, since somebody said they throw $10,000 a year away on it?
It's not every year.
No, not every
Last
year.
occasion.
Since 2012, $33,000 has been spent on that tile.
I don't either. Never seen a person out there in my life.
If we have trouble, we call Chubbs or Bright. We never had anybody out there working.
That's who.
They would
gives
turn
us
the bill into us.
I know, I wish Chuck was
We know
here.
him personally.
Yeah.
Very convenient he's not.
Yeah.
In his home corner
Yeah.
district. Because supposedly he has a lot to say about it, but does anybody know exactly where it runs?
Chuck does, exactly. But
Because I heard him say by the little white church, which that would be up the hill. It seems to be more down the hill.
it goes from up close to 38th Street all the way down to 33rd Street and beyond.
Chuck was up.
Like, what would we see if they were out there doing maintenance on it?
A sucker truck or a backhoe or something of that nature.
Never seen no backhoes.
Well, sorry, ma'am.
The
but
sucker
they've
trucks
been out
don't
there.
in our septic tanks.
I've been out there and seen him work on the thing, so you can say what you wish and we will say what we wish.
Well, I'm just saying, we live out there every day for 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years
Okay.
and have never seen nothing done to it. That's why it's in the bad shape it's in. Supposedly, nobody would know.
I'm not gonna banter back and forth with you. I've
Well,
been
not
out there.
either.
We only work on it when we
You have
get,
no
when we get a
answers.
complaint that
I've
there's a
been out there,
problem.
but you don't believe me, so I'm not gonna pull
A
dates out of my
complaint to
head.
who?
From a landowner.
A complaint about what?
If there's a problem
If
with
the
it,
septic tank gets
is
full,
the
we're gonna
only-
have it sucked out. We have no other
we
problem.
would only come work on the tile if there's a complaint from a homeowner or
How many
landowner.
complaints has there been?
I have no idea.
So she's going to get the invoices, correct?
She went upstairs to get what she has, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Any other comments?
My name's Tony Duke, and I live at 1603 East 35th on the corner of Lambert and 35th Street. There's a church on the corner of 35th and Lincoln Boulevard that's been abandoned, needs tore down. The church beside it, the parsonage in the back, has become a dump site. And I bought, to clean it up, and I mean clean it up, 3 lots behind that. And they still ain't done nothing to the church. It's it's squatters in there now and druggies. I live on the corner of Lambert and 35th. I keep my house up done immaculate. I have 2 lots there. Now, why am I getting charged for all this property up here that's not taken care of? I've never had any trouble with my drainage. I've never had any trouble with my sewage. We have, everybody out there has their own wells, everybody has their own septics. You
But
have
the
trouble.
septic is
call-
hooked into
to
the drain.
Drains, I know that.
Okay.
But why haven't they done something before now? You know,
I don't know, why have
I'm
we never
paying
addressed
for
that
8
before?
lots, I'm paying God knows what, and if you go up and down the home corner from 33rd, if you've been out there, if you go from 33rd to 38th, I bet you can find 20, 25 houses condemned, empty, druggies, and they're not doing nothing. Now, why am I getting $400 and some to pay for cleaning up drains and stuff that you say needs it? Yeah, it probably needs it, but I'm 78 years old. My mom and dad lived out there, all 6 of my brothers. My grandmother was born in 1901, right beside the church on 35th and Lambert. If you go out there, I guarantee you'll find 20 to 25 houses, dumps, nobody's living in them. And I gotta pay all this money when I'm on a fixed income. I worked 37 years at RCA. And because I keep mine nice, now I gotta pay all this extra money. Where's the money's coming from me? And everybody out there does the same thing. If you have trouble, you call Brides or you call Chuck. I babysitted for Chuck and all of his brothers and sisters and his family's all from out there. He does, he knows what's going on out there. But maybe it should have been done a long time ago. But why do I have to be in my almost 78 years old? Now I gotta take care of it. And all these lots that I bought, cleaned up, pay taxes on, nothing on them. And I've got $400 and some I gotta pay every year. It's just not right.
Well, what we should have done, not fixed any of this,
Do what now?
not fixed any of it,
Well,
going back
if
to
your septic,
2012.
No, what should have been done is it should have been on maintenance a long time ago.
yeah, I've lived
But
out
it
there
wasn't.
all my life.
It wasn't on maintenance, and we can't go back and fix that. We just have to start
So I gotta
anew.
pay $470 that's more than my property taxes. And I only have one house, all the rest of them are just empty lots. And I had to clean up behind the church and everything. The church is sitting there and the parsonage beside it and the parsonage in back of it. I'm sure they're not paying no taxes or no water bill or no septic bill. Plus it's a dump. Every house in there's a dump. Why don't they do something about that? Maybe they'd have some money to do these repairs. Most of the people out there are, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm getting up there that don't have the extra money for this kind of stuff.
Chuck was out there a year or so ago and with the truck sits there for one whole weekend.
It probably sat there for the whole weekend, but I'm guaranteed they didn't work the whole weekend. And that's probably on the corner of 35th and Lambert, because it's a great big hole there. And then you go on down to Williams and Lambert, and it's a drainage hole there, and they've worked there before.
Well, the whole tile between 33rd and 38th Street. When you get down 38th Street, the VA is on a different,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally different.
It goes the other way.
Yeah.
that's a different deal.
But we still have, I don't know if Bethel, they've got from 38th Street all the way back down to probably at least 35th or longer. Now, they paying drain ditches on all their backs? Because it's a church?
We should have raised that thing a long time ago.
Part of the church is on it, but part of the church goes to the river by a ditch that is north of the church.
Behind it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, well, you're getting down in there in our neighborhood where all of us live at.
And the houses around you, if their water goes to the Stovey, they are on this bill also. They're getting charged also.
That's not my point. My point is, I have one house, one toilet, one water line, my own well, my own septic, And I'm paying all this for all that property up there to the church and ain't paying nothing, just letting it be for slumlords. And
They're paying it also. They pay into this.
there's nobody there. It's an empty church. Half of the houses in the Home
Somebody owns
Corner
it.
are condemned.
The property owner will be getting the taxes just like you will. They won't be getting a home site because they don't have, if it doesn't have a home, they won't get a home rate.
So I still have to pay from Lambert all the way up to 33rd at Lincoln Boulevard because it's all empty lots that I've taken care of. It don't have a well, it don't have a septic on them.
If your water goes into this watershed, yes. Just like anybody else in Indiana in a watershed, they have to pay to take care of the ditch in the watershed, even if their water doesn't go directly to that ditch. You are not being singled out.
I didn't say I was being singled out. I said it's not right that I myself have to pay for just one line going into that when there's the whole road.
Everybody's paying into it. Anybody that owns property there will be paying
Well,
into it.
okay, the thing is, half the houses in there are condemned, they're not lived in.
But somebody
Need
still
tore
owns
down.
it, but somebody still owns it.
Okay, you check them all out and see how many, you come with me when we leave here and I'll drive you up and down from 38 to 33rd.
But somebody still owns the property,
They're
right?
not doing anything with them, no.
But somebody still owns it, so they still get a tax bill.
I bet half of them don't get a tax bill that don't pay their taxes because they don't have
Then it
houses.
would go on the tax sale.
That's all the process.
Right.
I'm talking about here now. Me, my check
Yeah,
has to go to me, and I own all them, and I still gotta pay for all that out there where all these other people are not paying nothing. You might say they are, but they're not.
somebody is.
Well,
Somebody that owns the property
Right,
is
you get
paying the
that
bill.
city.
Well, you go out there to the corner of 36th and Lambert. I live at 35th, there's 35th, then Williams, and then 36th.
Yeah.
You go out there, the guy took down the fence in between this property and that property. And he lives in the house that the walls are falling out on it. Took the fence down, and he's got all of his crap, 20 trucks, wood, trash, all the way over to Lambert. Does anybody know anything about the Home Corner or been out there? No, probably not, because it's just an old country town. But he's not paying no taxes, he's not paying nothing on all that, and his trash is clear out in the street.
Who owns the property?
I don't know.
Whoever owns the property.
He does not own that property.
Well, then that's the property owner's responsibility to,
They can't even find the property owner.
well,
Go to the area planning.
I've been to area planning.
That ought to be all of the city.
Did you file a complaint?
Yeah,
I don't think that.
they know me on a first name basis because I've been up there and been up there with all
Yeah,
the
they don't want
houses.
How they ended up with that
Yeah.
county, I don't know.
And they won't do nothing. The house beside me, I had to go up there and go up there and go up there to get it tore down. Then when the church, I had to take trees out and everything else. There was 3 houses there. 2 lots, 2 lots, 2 lots. I had to buy all of them to clean it out so I didn't have to look at it. Now you look at the back and it's boats and trucks and where the churches ran down and it's just druggies and slumlords and squatters. And all this trash out back. Now they're not gonna be paying nothing because nobody owns the church. And the one on 36, you need to go to the one on 36 in Lambert. That's one you would say, oh my. And he's getting by with it, but yet I gotta come up with $400 and some when I have one lot that has a toilet on it. It, maybe to you, you've got money. I don't. I'm retired. And this is more than my taxes and house insurance. For one lot is all mine's on. And if you just need to go from 33rd to 38th and you'll see exactly what I mean.
We can't do anything about the one down properties.
No.
Well, no, but why are they getting by with not paying anything on this?
Somebody
And
is
I'm getting
paying.
Well, they have,
The owner is paying.
There's people that has their name on it, but they're not doing nothing.
They will get a tax bill.
Well, okay,
Whoever gets
and they'll sell it on a tax sale?
Yeah.
Who in the hell's gonna buy these dumpy houses and ain't got nothing on them? So that goes right back to this older people now, that I've lived out there all my life, all my brothers, and I'm having to do this. Yeah, it should have been taken care of years ago, but now it's coming back on me, and it's just not right. I see every house in there, and a lot of them's Blends, and I'm sure you know that name. He ain't doing nothing. He don't worry about it. He can jack his house rent up for $2,000 and be just fine. But I can own my house and have to get a bill like this? I know you're all shaking your heads, but all four of you need to go out there and you'll see exactly what I mean. I know it's got Kaiser's Ditch, Stobie Ditch, and everything else out there. But why do I have to wait till I'm 78 years old to find out that I gotta pay $400 and some every month or every year? Yeah. It's just not. All four of you need to walk out, drive out there. Just take a daily, your lunch break, go out there and look, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then you see where I live at. And my house is probably the nicest, cleanest, more organized than any of them out there, including all the way up to the church that I had to buy each house, each property. And now I'm paying $400 and some for sewage for one toilet.
Are you telling me to? Okay, I'll talk to you yesterday.
And Chuck ain't even here. I'm going straight to his office, a couple blocks.
He fell off.
Babysitting for her. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna yank him off the tractor.
But, do you mind giving me a number? Cause I'll talk to you.
If I give you my phone number, you'll say it's bogus.
Yeah, it's
664
or something, yeah.
0000. That's true.
I know when it came up on my caller ID yesterday, I was like.
Well, when I got that phone number, you guys will probably remember it. The telephone company was on Booth Street, where the men's shelter's at now. And you talked to a lady, and she gave me that number because it was easy to remember. Now, every kid marrying, every grandkid marrying, every great-grandkid marrying remembers it. But that's when we had these kind of phones.
I remember that.
I still got those in my garage. Okay. It's Tony Dew, 664-0000.
And you might be getting a call from Belinda.
Oh, okay.
But I'll give her this, and I put down 36 in Lambert and 33rd to 38.
33rd to 38, yeah. And I live, you know where the transmission place is at?
Yeah.
Across, that's Lambert right there.
I'll give her your address.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys go out there and just drive through, stop by my house, I'll give you some coffee. We'll have a little discussion and I'll go up to Chuck's and whoop his butt. I babysitted for him and all 6 of his brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Call Bright. Call Bright.
My name's Andy Kuhn. I live at 1624 East Olive Street. And in my backyard, on the front part, I bought the empty lots.
Are you on Stobie or Clymer Coleman?
Olive Street.
No.
Stobie.
Which ditch are you on?
Stobie.
Okay, just making
And
sure.
actually Stobie, I know there's a tile under there. It ain't worked in 30 years.
That's probably the
But
one
it's
we're
the
talking
contour
about.
of the property is why the water goes to the end of 38th Street.
Okay.
Or 33rd. And the city of Marion don't want that water going into their area because of the leaves and whatnot. Most of us have septic tanks. If it does run in that, on the side ones, that's just your leaching field part, which I have a leaching field, but I know people's put it in there. But how's this going to run? This ain't a sewage line. This is a runoff, right?
Both.
You're going to have a sewage line that's going to go to the sewage plant?
It's all up together.
It goes to the sewer, it goes to the city sewer.
Well, Stobie ditch to tile is just for runoff. It's not made for sewage.
It was made for sewage. It was a combination when it was put in.
Well, it doesn't go to every property.
No,
So it was not really designed, it was just put in so far back that that's what they've done.
those properties have their own lines that go to the tile.
They got septic fields and leach fields.
Not necessarily, they may have a tank and a line to the tile.
Well, that's been illegal for years to do. You also got government money a while back, didn't you, to change all them?
And they looked into it and they chose not to.
So when the federal government gave the money out to stop doing that, and we just said, hey, we didn't want it.
They did some study with the city and the drainage board and it was declined.
Yeah.
But how's this gonna run? Because this does run through property.
Yes.
It runs from my house, it goes to north.
At this point, there has been no discussion of where a new one will be put in.
Oh, they're gonna put a whole new one in out there?
Yeah, I think he was.
The lowest
talking
points on Nelson Street, the highest points on Lambert.
Raymond.
So you'd be 30 feet in the
If I
ground.
understood right, he was gonna go down like the alleys.
Chuck, it was discussed that get the maintenance fund started so that there's something to repair the breakdowns when the breakdowns happen. And to start on the northern end where it's the lowest and start working the way north or south, hooking the sewers into the city sewer and making it just a stormwater drain and eliminating the sewer. Because right now there's enough sewer that goes into it. It plugs up down towards 33rd Street and they gotta suck the mud out.
Well, it's above ground drainage at that point. It goes inside of it, underneath the road.
It's still under the road, underground. There's still a tile underground.
Well, there's probably a tile underground.
Yes.
But that was a natural drainage area. That got blocked off by the road when they put in the
You talking
addition.
surface wise?
Yeah.
Surface drainage, okay.
It was a natural runoff. Well, it got blocked by the road when they put the addition in.
Which makes
And you should have thought of that then as well.
which makes the water go into the tile.
Yeah.
And as you go south, each road kind of has that same effect. Catches,
Well, a lot of them been
catches the water coming down, and if it can't go over the road, it goes into the tile.
Well, that tile's been plugged for,
It's still functioning. It's still functioning.
because I used to have to put on my property, it's 2.5 feet below the tile, below the drain. Well, it's like in a hole.
Okay.
So I used to put the septic or sump pump in the field and pump it into there, and it was just a slow drain. I mean, it was just so slow. But the people across the street from me, their yard would flood out.
It should have been dealt with many years ago, but it's not going to get any better.
Right. Well, it was brought up 30 years ago because I brought it up at town council. And they just kind of scratched their head and bumped them around, and then that was the end of that.
We wish that it would have been taken care of a long time ago, but it wasn't. We get bills that we don't have a fund to pay out of, and we're trying to improve the situation.
So when are we going to see the plan on how it's going to be ran?
We put it on maintenance.
No, it's not on maintenance yet.
Not on
Not
me.
on maintenance.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're doing now.
We're trying to put it on maintenance.
If it had a maintenance fund, it would have been
Needs to
taken
be
care
Well,
of.
I mean, if you're going to replace it, how's that going, I mean, how's that going to run?
By the way.
As the fund.
We'll just replace it as the funds are available.
Because most of the runoff could go to 38th Street into that main, what is it, 10-foot diameter pipe there and run off. But I didn't know there's going to be sewage added. So we'll have city sewage at this time.
At that time, yes, I do believe.
See, about 30 years ago, another person brought it up. They wanted to come down the alleys because everybody's sewage runs to a tank in the in the back of their house. So it'd be a shorter distance. Well, town of Marion said, no, you got to cut the road out and go there. So it went from, I don't know, 60,000 to 10 million. Time you cut the road out, add your water, add your pipe, put your road back. So that's why it was scrubbed.
I don't believe there is a plan at this time what we're gonna do.
Because if you go down the road, it's going to be more than $80,000.
Oh,
It's gonna be more, that's gonna be a block.
This is probably a 10-year plus year project.
So we pay the $400 or $200 for the next 10 years or 8 years?
8
8?
is what, but that is if no money is ever spent. If money is spent, it keeps going.
Spent on the project, on that area?
Correct.
So the money's gonna be earmarked for that area?
Correct.
Yes.
Only that area. Only the Stobie tile.
But going down the alley would be a better way of doing it. That's where all our poles are and electric and.
So I have to start at the bottom end and work their way up to better it as it gets done.
Right.
You
Well,
can't- you
if
can't
you're
make-
gonna do that, would it be wise to bring city water into that area too?
That's out of our debate.
City didn't want it.
We can't do anything with the city water. That's the city, that's the
Well,
utility.
it got sold in it, and they no longer own it.
Years ago, this was put in the county. It was a county deal starting with. City don't want it unless we spend a bunch of money.
Yeah, because you're not in the city limits, correct?
No, we're in the county. We don't wanna be in the city. Well, that was brought up when,
And that's probably
Seabold was
why,
there and it got turned down.
that's probably why there's no city water or sewer out
Right.
there.
But did the city water get sold? Did the company get sold?
No,
It's still
it's
owned by the
still
city of
by the
Marion.
city.
But, yeah, he tried to bring us the city, but it'd been 20 years before they could do anything, 30. So why pay the taxes if you can't do anything?
No, that's the same deal here. It's gonna be a while before we can do anything.
But our regular property tax don't go for none of this now.
No,
What's it? Where does it go? You know, in that area, what we pay, where would that go?
I don't know where all the property taxes go.
For drainage.
None of it goes to drainage.
But I mean, I'm like Tony, $400.
We have no budget that we turn in for drainage to the county, do we? We don't get any appropriations other than specific ditches.
Correct.
Right, we get nothing off the taxes for drainage,
Right.
unless it has a ditch assessment on it.
And that money that is paid into it is used nowhere but that ditch.
So the, as long as the money we pay now will be earmarked for that area, even if there's repairs or something that comes out.
Right.
Stobie, the
Take down
Stobie
the
ditch.
general fund.
Right,
Yeah, the Stobie ditch, what money you pay in will be used to fix and repair that.
It'll be used nowhere else
It's not
but, and
gonna
then
be anywhere else.
as it builds up, it does accrue interest.
Well, if you guys get a plan on how it's gonna be ran in the future, I'd like to see that. All right, well, thank you.
thank you. Anyone else?
Go with the next deal.
Well, we gotta get this. we gotta-
Anyone else have any comments on the Stobie ditch?
She gonna turn those back in when she's done?
Yeah. Yeah, I told her we needed them back.
Is it ready to vote?
Okay, we'll move on. You guys have any questions, comments you want to make? Votes? I know it's high rates, but
They can get excited all they want to do, but we've tried to give it to the county. Or the city don't want it.
Can you guys hear me?
Years ago, they county,
yep.
I don't know why, but.
No, it was never incorporated into the city. It was always county.
But that place there on the corner, that convenience store, that whole
There's
corner,
city water up Lincoln Boulevard, but they didn't come to the side street where we're
Correct.
at. But their city water goes up Lincoln Boulevard.
City is on the west side of Lincoln Boulevard, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, Lincoln Boulevard's a dividing line.
Negative.
So everybody's got their own wells and we got our own sections.
Yeah.
And we can't do anything
We
about it.
can't do anything about that.
We just wanna, we spent 33,000 the last 13 years. And we just wanna have a way to recap a little bit.
Yeah, and I understand that, but I can tell you the places where it drain, where it doesn't drain,
but I've only seen them out there a half dozen times in the 70 years I've lived out there.
I give that other lady the packet of claims that we have, that she had.
And that's not including what the city has done.
Yeah, and that doesn't include anything the city has come out there and done, because they never give us the bill.
They're doing anything. It's either right or.
Okay, so what you guys want, what's your
You can have it if you want.
flavor you want to do?
You look,
Which one are you on now?
Toby,
we're still on the Stovey.
Uh,
Yeah, still on the Stovey.
This is best the other. Do away with it.
We need rates. Obviously.
Vote on the rates. Vote on the rates.
Yep.
You made a motion?
We haven't got a motion yet.
The home site is only,
If they want to improve it, they'll have to start spending money.
yeah.
Well, Anderson.
That's it.
right from the corner.
I don't know why the county, if it's in the county, why doesn't the county, Grant County, start cleaning these old homes up? So, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't either, you know what I mean?
It's not my department.
I know.
Yeah, and we can't do anything about that.
No, no. I expect that all these homes is falling down, they don't pay their taxes, but sometimes,
Somebody does,
or they'll be on tax sale.
or they'll be on tax sale.
And then
We
it's
have.
paid after it's sold.
Huh?
Then it would be paid after.
Yeah, and then it would be paid after it's sold.
I forget what holiday it was, but we had Chucks out there. They run the sewer truck all weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
Joel had a fourth holiday.
$10,000 or better than we had. Took out the
$10,000?
Improvement fund.
Chuck done something in our neighborhood for $10,000?
$9,100.
Well, I don't know that that was all Chuck.
I don't know the exact figure. I don't.
That whole packet of bills that I give her, most of them are from Chuck's.
I think that's about all of them. No, isn't Chuck on the board now?
Yes.
I'll be darned.
He's county commissioner.
Yeah, he sure is.
Now, you said Home Avenue isn't on Stubby Ditch, correct?
No.
Repeat that?
Home Avenue,
What?
it's not on Stubby Ditch?
No.
No, it's on city.
No.
Tile.
It's on Rob Tile.
What's this one for?
I don't know.
It's a big bill, it's $5,500,
That was in,
3624 South Home Avenue.
3624 South.
Might be in the wrong pile.
It just says Stubby Ditch down here at the bottom.
Well, Home Avenue's, yes,
Don't know without seeing it.
yeah, we're east.
Can I show you?
Yeah.
What?
Can I show you?
Yeah. Actually show him because he'll know more about it than me.
I had called Brandy and asked her to go back as far as she could and send me.
Then it just conveniently says Stubby Ditch. That shouldn't have been for Stubby Ditch. It's like it's just being thrown on for the county. That is steep.
They sit out there all weekend.
That's not us.
On farther south.
There's a
Homer
holiday.
Coleman,
It goes up Home
I
Avenue.
don't know what that
It's
is.
over in the Rob area.
that's what was sent to me when I called her.
That's just a big,
We
it
paid
does say
that out of
Stubby
the
Ditch
general
down
fund.
here.
We could take that amount off the
It don't say
33,000.
where, it just says dug up and repaired.
Well, it's 26,000.
Yeah.
We're not questioning that.
Like these ones, I know the people were, and they wasn't in my pocket. The Andersons, which one of them has on there?
It had to be done.
Yeah, that's the people that has most of these.
Are they in the correct areas?
Yeah, they're right up the street from me, but
I'm
no,
not trying to argue with you.
I'm just saying, they pay for all their stuff. They probably didn't even know they could put in a complaint.
unless Chuck did, and I don't know
I'm
how.
about to say, could he put in a complaint and get paid for them if he got paid by them?
Now, if he's out there in the neighborhood and he sees sewage coming to the top of the ground, he would be,
No, these are like.
Well, there's a woman calling me out there. We kept plowing her driveway up with a backhoe. I went out there and looked.
Thanks, Doug.
Was it on Olive Street?
I don't know.
There wasn't ever.
I don't know.
I lived there my whole
But we
life. But I just figured that was a big deal for,
put them both out in the area and then she can check into it.
I mean, that could help
It
us
sounds
out.
like a big deal to you, but
Well, that wouldn't go back into your fund, it would go back into the general drain fund. Because anything that got charged to the Stobie got paid out of the general fund.
Because there is no
But
Stobie.
was Stobie on the general fund? Did it have a general fund?
No,
Scobie don't have a general fund.
Stobie does not have a
Don't they all
fund.
We've got
supposed to
a
have
general
one?
fund,
They're
okay.
registered?
No, there's a bunch of them that do not have maintenance funds.
But are they
That's why we're here today.
Huh?
That's why we're here today.
Yeah. We're here today to try to,
registered that they had to
They do
have
not
their
have
own. Oh, I just read it this morning.
That's the only money that they're allowed to use is out of their fund.
or
But the general,
emergency, we use it out of general.
yes,
But I thought like each individual ditch had to have it.
No,
it may be
they got collected
suggested,
in first.
but it
Yeah.
isn't mandatory.
They haven't collected
But I mean,
anything
like
in.
you guys suggested, one of you suggested in March about $50. I would've been cool and Chuck said bump it up. Like if we would've did $50 starting way back when it probably needed assessment, we wouldn't be in this
Blame it
predicament.
on us, okay.
Well, I mean, you guys are the board, right? The drainage
Yeah,
board?
The current
Yep.
board, the
And you do
current,
drainage
We're the current board.
ditches? Yeah, I'm not saying it was all you guys, but
Yeah.
most of you been there long enough.
I just have one question. If I decide to put a leach field in, would I still be responsible?
No, address.
Yes.
I can't hear.
he was wondering if if he put in his own leach system, if he would still have to pay on this.
Yeah.
Yes, because your perimeter drain would still
Yeah, because
drain
it
into
was dug
the
up and
Stobie
repaired
tile.
Stobie ditch. Didn't say part, don't say.
I mean, I can
Put
call
a
her and
leaching
see if she
field
can
in.
research it, but it was 4
And
years.
then
What? Wait a second,
You
ma'am.
put a sand mound
that
in
one.
and you drain it in your own, you still have to pay to go to
So
that?
this one.
Yes.
just
You still have a
doesn't-
perimeter drain into that drain.
Yes, it would eventually,
That's just how.
even if it goes into the ground, it will go into that drain.
It says nobody's-
Yeah.
Your perimeter drain around your septic
No, it's not
system
like this.
is to catch any yard
No,
water
but-
or any water that comes towards your system and take it
Doesn't they paid all of it.
away from your system so your system works. You're not necessarily being charged for a
Reading, yeah.
toilet. You're being charged for the water that is produced on your property, whether it's rainwater or sink water
They're all
or
supposed to have it.
Toilet water.
toilet water. If it has a
On mine,
home,
I've got 2 lots here and 6 over here. Why am I paying for 5 extra lots that I don't even have water, toilet, or nothing to?
well, the lot.
Does it get rained on?
Well, now that's a silly
Does
question.
it get rained on? No.
No, it don't over there.
Okay. If you can prove that it doesn't get rained on, we can wipe it off.
You'd be surprised how many times we get told that.
Yeah, we get
No,
told that
I'm being
much.
serious now because I just don't think it's right. I have one and all these lots to clean up the stinking neighborhood. You know?
That's why the parcels are a different rate than the home site.
Well, yeah, but it all comes up to $400 some dollars.
Right.
Where you guys all live, the city?
No,
We had city water out there and city drain, we'd be okay.
I live in the county. I don't live in the city.
I don't think anybody lives.
None of us live in the city.
I pay on 2 ditches that I'm 25 feet above. They do not help me at all, but I pay 2 ditch taxes.
Where you live at,
Upland,
upland? Well, that's probably different rates than what Marion's got.
that, a lot of the drains have different rates depending on what they need. A newer tile wouldn't need a high rate. The reason your rate is so old, or is so high, is because the tile is so old and it's going
Under houses
And
and,
after it's replaced, they could revisit lowering the rate.
Yes.
We won't see that.
we
Well,
won't
I'll
see
be
that.
dead before then.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
probably all will, but
Yeah, yeah.
We're surprised that you haven't been annexed into the city and become city with the sewer issues.
Yeah, we've been out there since 1901.
Yeah.
My whole family has. But it just, You got all these vacant houses, all these dump sites, all these slum lords, all these squatters.
But somebody is still paying the taxes on those properties.
Okay,
So they still pay this assessment. If it wasn't, the taxes weren't being paid, it would be sold in the tax sale and somebody would buy it and somebody would pay the taxes.
okay, and then they pay the taxes and they're still,
We can't do anything about a fallen down house. We're concerned with drainage only.
I still have to pay for all those extra 6 lots.
If you own them,
They don't have water or anything going to.
they get rained on, don't they?
Oh,
That's water that percolates in the ground.
name.
Richard Cox.
You a cousin to Chuck?
Yes, I am. Distant cousin.
Interest or something?
I wouldn't tell you about that.
You get your,
What?
I wouldn't tell you about that.
Mary,
Well, how are you
did you get your
related to Chuck?
receipts back?
Because I know all
No,
of his
she's
family.
His father and my father were cousins.
With them.
Charles,
Huh?
Charles, his dad.
I told
No, wrong Chuck Cox. I don't know that Chuck Cox. The Chuck Cox I know, his dad was Verlin.
No, he's not like
I make a motion with adjourn.
Well, we gotta do.
No, we gotta do this.
So you're saying none of our tax money goes?
None of the tax money you pay currently goes into this ditch fund. Correct.
there isn't.
We can't win this deal.
Well, I have my glasses.
I think it's in the
Simplest
vote.
way to get out.
Okay, what do you guys wanna do?
I make a
This will be
motion.
added to our taxes on our
No, we can't adjourn, we gotta deal with these.
Gotta deal with
Can't
it.
adjourn.
No.
Hell, you're gonna deal with this all day.
I just call it into public input.
How do you,
For each regulated drink.
how do you go about paying this,
She shouldn't have bought the lot.
That's paying what?
for the new assessment or whatever? But it's come, the $400 some, how am I supposed to pay that? Who do I pay it to?
This is-
And
It'll
when?
come on your tax bill.
Yeah, and this-
Oh, it's gonna be on my taxes?
Yeah, it'll come with your tax
It'll be a
bill.
drainage fee on your tax
A
bill.
maintenance fund.
That's what we're doing
You
today.
know, split it in half, spring and fall.
Yeah, and that's something
I
she
know
put
that.
in years ago. And we just don't have the money to keep putting into it. That's why we're.
I just don't know how if it was the law that it was.
I'll tell you, when Fairmount had a problem,
Yeah, that's what we're trying.
and I
to do
said,
now because-
well, I didn't sit on the board, but I was there, and people in town said, when they flushed their toilet, they didn't know where it went. It went to the sewage department and they treated it. But they didn't, said, we don't put any water out. What we do, every time you take a bath, every time you run
Yeah.
a flush the sewer,
Every time it rains,
Well, when we do ours though, it goes in these two titles, Stobie and, is it Kaiser?
Climber Coleman.
Climber Coleman.
And they've never.
but you still get the.
But it just goes right down to the river, the way I understood it.
No, they cut it off.
I've never had no.
The Kaiser, Wilhelm Kaiser has been cut off and it goes to the sewer plant now.
And that paperwork.
Because they got in trouble for discharging into the river.
That scheme where,
I don't
because
know.
there's sewage in it,
I don't know how many years ago, but.
so it can't dump in the river.
Well, it has for years and years and years.
Used to, not anymore.
Well, if we're hooked up to the city,
Sewer?
why don't we have water out there then?
pay it. I only pulled ones that were.
You know, I wouldn't mind
You need
paying.
to talk to them. We have nothing in that.
We have nothing in the city. We're one of,
That's what.
we get that $9,000 bill,
The greens are collecting.
and we said, we can't continue to fund this ditch to keep people
Reached.
Sewage.
working.
Okay, so it's not.
And that's the reason we.
So what do you want to do, put new drains in out there?
Eventually, yes.
Then it'll.
We'll never see it. You and I will never see
No,
it.
we,
But you gotta start somewhere.
yeah.
It should have been started
50 years ago.
50 years, 60 years ago, but nothing.
Well, who'll be putting those drains and stuff in,
I don't
Chuck?
know why it wouldn't have its own fund.
By the time it's done, Chuck's probably won't even be in business.
Yeah.
We need to move on. Any other comments? We appreciate your comment, Pam.
What would the?
Because it should have had its own, it's by law.
What's that?
I mean, that's a law.
What?
I own a house with a lot on each side, how much am I gonna have?
A house is $200 and a bare lot is $100.
I'll be paying
$400.
Now, you can combine them and make them one property, then you would just pay the one home site.
How do I do that?
When I have one home, but what about all the other 7?
Yes.
I did the same thing.
Are they just bare parcels?
Because yours is across the street.
Do what now?
Are they just bare lots?
Well, there's my house and then a lot with here, because I'm on the corner.
Okay.
Then there's Lambert, and then I go across the street and I've got 6 lots that I bought when the church was.
No house, just lots.
No. They don't have no septic.
$100
wells or
per
nothing.
lot.
It's called parcel.
A parcel.
If you were to combine those, you would only pay one.
Well, how can you combine 6 lots?
Go to the auditor.
Go to the assessor.
Don't touch. Hers is across the street.
Go to the assessor's office, they can do it.
My house sat on 2 parcels and then it was combined.
Yeah, as
to
long
one.
as they touch, you can combine them as one, but her house is on one side of the street and she bought.
No, she can't combine
All
across
those
the
other
street.
parcels that
She
they
can combine
touch.
the other parcels,
Yes.
but just not with the house.
And then when they do that, then they would let me know and we can adjust the assessment roll.
Okay, we need to move on because we're gonna be we're way late
I'm
already.
gonna need those back.
What do you guys wanna do?
Okay, go ahead and look at them, because I.
No, we can't do it. We gotta, the Stobie hearing, we gotta do this.
I don't understand since 1981.
Yeah, we are. We're still, we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't solved anything.
Either vote on the rates that is advertised or change the rates.
Or turn it down.
Or come it down.
Whatever the rate was,
I guess that's your option too.
go the rates.
You're not gonna, if you don't,
I make a motion, we go the rates.
okay,
Okay?
and I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that we approve putting the Stobie on maintenance at the posted rates, at the advertised rates.
Well, how do I know if I'm on Stobie or Kaiser's or whatever? There's a couple ditches out there. Which one am I on?
He can tell you.
She's on the Stobie.
Okay,
What we doing?
Well,
we're gonna vote. You ready?
Was it Kenny and Gordon, right?
Yep. All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay. Did you get that, Mary?
Okay, so what?
Did she give you those claims back?
Copy of this.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the Clymer Coleman now.
An actual Indiana drainage code.
Oh, that ain't us.
1981.
We're done. Nope, you're
Well,
done.
no, we got all day.
Nope.
I don't have the kids.
We voted it. We're done with that one. We're moving on.
So I'm stuck with paying all this.
Unless you get them
I
combined.
just don't know how, like.
That's the
But
only
she
way
said I
you
could have,
You want for that, there.
Go to the assessors.
can. Go to the assessor, they can explain it.
but I thought they were like, and I could
registered
get
whatever they had to.
Yeah, you just.
those
talk
6
to
lots
them.
over there.
Doesn't mean it is.
They'll pull you up and see
It's
what
the
you can
Indiana
do.
code,
They'll
the
take
drainage
care of it.
code.
Don't mean that's the way it's being done.
I'll shoot that.
What do you want?
So who would be in the wrong?
Do that.
You would have to bring it up.
Yeah, you can do that.
Get it.
Do the same on.
What?
You have to get on the agenda and have it as a subject at one of our meetings.
It's literally should be in your guys' book though.
To get them to review that.
Okay, we need to move on to the Clymer Coleman.
You have to talk to them about that.
You are on the climate.
I can't, nobody here can just magically wave a wand and make something happen. If you want to, if you
Well, I'm not saying wave a wand, I'm
want to
saying-
address that issue, you have to get on the
It's not waving a
agenda.
wand, it's in the Indiana drainage
If you
code.
want to address that issue, you
Don't you
have
have
to,
drainage codes?
if you
Yeah,
want
you'd
to
have to-
address
I don't-
that
I
issue
do it.
before the
You just don't
drainage.
have an answer, it's an all law.
I have the code and I've read the
I don't
code,
do none of
most,
it, but I do
a lot of it.
But he is the one that.
So
did find out.
congratulations on finding something that they're not doing, but in order to address it, you have to get on the agenda and bring it before them and discuss it for them.
Address the law that's been in since 1981, ain't that crazy? It's unbelievable.
okay,
Let's
so
move on.
Do you have the,
I don't have.
here's your,
Hell, we never.
who wants these? You,
I need
she
it.
does.
you,
They can't leave this room.
Okay, we're moving on to the Clymer Coleman.
That's you, Toby.
Yes, Gordon?
that's me?
Anybody,
Toby,
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, well, how can he's 2 doors down from me.
We're not on the same one?
That yellow and blue, those are two separate watersheds.
35th.
There could be a hill or something between you that makes a change.
That line in between should be the high spot in between the two. Is there other?
That's Nelson.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the Clymer Coleman. The 44 home sites, 12 parcels, 47 landowners.
How much a whole?
$100 per parcel, 200 per home site, $10
I
minimum.
make a motion.
One objection.
One objection, we read it. Any objections from the floor?
Yeah, I do.
You got it.
Are you on the Clymer?
No, she's not.
I'm leaving. You guys.
Okay, have a good day.
Get lost, lady.
So we got a motion.
No objections.
You got objections?
What?
I think he was wanting to speak, or do you want to speak on the Clymer?
Is he on the Clymer?
He's not on.
Did we answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the map showed you in the Clymer, not the Stobie? Correct. Okay. So everything you asked was same, just a different ditch?
Yeah, it's just like 2 doors down from me.
But it's the peak of
I guess
the peak of the road.
nobody-
I have drove through your neighborhoods quite a few times.
Pardon?
I have driven through your neighborhoods quite a few times,
Okay.
analyzing the watershed.
Kenny.
You guys move on.
We're trying. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
You have your jobs for nothing.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the rates as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Unanimous. I didn't vote, but yeah, aye.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have anything else?
Yes, that's one
Yeah,
thing.
motion.
Wait a minute, Kenny.
Wait.
I got a motion adjourned. What's
More homework.
what's this?
Good.
We supposed to look at this or
You
what?
decide this. Okay.
You have an extra copy?
What we supposed to do with
Thank
this?
you.
Hold on.
Just toilet paper?
Read it and use
I
it.
wanted to write letters. I was told you guys have to vote before I can write letters. The cover page is the 10 ditches that I brought you at the June 10th meeting, and we discussed them. The orange ones are the ones I'm wanting to send out letters for. The green ones are ones we've already sent letters out, and the yellow one needs to be done pretty soon. Or next. Halfway through, Richard Gordon.
Okay. Yeah.
There's another page. This one's got blue, and those are the ones that have already been done as far as ditches that have been completed.
Okay.
The ones that are circled are being worked on, and then there's an arrow there, yellow pointing down, 2 more that need to go to quotes there in the future. So.
Okay.
Okay, according to our attorney, if, to send out quote letters, the board has to vote on the specific drain, because then I have
You
to
don't need
attach
to go out
in my
and drum up
records
this
where the board
business.
voted on it.
Okay.
My copy of the letter.
I haven't drummed up this business. This is stuff that was brought to me, Ken.
Correct.
Okay.
So we need to review these and vote on them next meeting?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
The 3 in orange are ready to go out for letters, and you guys have to vote for me to have permission to write letters to get quotes.
Okay.
This
And I mean,
right
he
here,
could
right?
present it to you now and you can vote on it and I can do it. Unless you guys need to research it. I don't know, it's funny.
Because I've been waiting 3 weeks to present this, and now I'm told that they can vote on it now, but if they can vote on it now, I'm fine. Because 2 of them, I've got the letters, yeah. 2 of them, I have the letters and maps ready to go out. They just have to be.
she's the one that's supposed to send them out.
They're ready.
She's the drainage board.
They're ready to go to Mary to have her type them up and send them out.
I'm tired of this whole bullshit.
Can we,
You want to approve them today?
Well,
he says it's ready. We haven't.
well, prove it.
I'll make a motion.
Can we do the 3 in 1 motion?
No, that is,
We have the,
I have the,
and I'm just going by what I'm told to
Okay.
do. I'm not running
Okay.
this thing like.
Richard, I have the Monroe ditch ready to go, and I have Taylor Branch of Monroe ready to go. I still have to put the leach prong together in a form to send to Mary.
so these two we can vote on, say, get 7 quotes.
And if you say vote on them to send them, I can send them to Mary, and if she can get them ready in the next couple of days, we can send them out for the next meeting.
Okay.
If not, they have to wait because they're supposed to receive the letter 7 days before they give their quotes on them.
Okay.
With the holidays, whether.
When do you go off, when are you off, Mary?
December 17th
Okay.
for my surgery.
So you have time to get these out? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
These 2.
How big are these? Like, if I can do it.
Get them up to 1 page.
He says he already has them ready, so.
So we can do a motion and do
But I need a
all
motion.
3 or 2?
No, each one separate.
We gotta have a motion to do,
And like the leach, even though he doesn't have a letter ready yet, you can still vote on it. When
We're
you got
gonna
it
vote on
done.
all 3 of them.
yeah, we gotta do,
Got to do them one at a time.
Well,
we're gonna do, I'll make a motion to do the leach prong of the Barron
I'll
Creek.
vote for the first one.
Okay, that's leach.
All right, so Gordon, you made a motion.
Pardon?
Yeah.
You made the
I
motion.
Make
made the
motion for the
motion.
first one.
Yeah,
Jordan seconded.
Okay.
no. Somebody else,
Kenny seconded it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Been moved and seconded that we send the quote letters, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Quote letters out for the long leach prong tributary of Barron Creek.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I voted aye also.
The second
Unanimous.
one, I'll
Okay.
make a motion on the second one.
I'll make a second motion.
You making the motion,
Yeah,
Kenny
I'll
second?
Yeah.
Gordon made the motion, Kenny seconded to send out the letter for the Monroe ditch, Luger and tributaries. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Make a
Aye,
motion
carried
on the third
unanimously.
one.
He made the motion on the third one.
Oh, wait, are you on Taylor?
I don't know what I want.
No, it's Taylor Branch of Monroe.
I don't know what I want.
Okay.
Don't give a damn. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
You made the motion for the Taylor branch of Monroe.
Yeah.
And you seconded.
I second it, so now.
Got that? We moved and seconded that we approve the Taylor branch of Monroe, Luger Creek and tributaries. Send out the quote letters. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I voted aye also.
And then you
Kenny
Is that all of
votes to adjourn.
Is that all of them?
motion adjourned.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. We adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.